Welcome to the third seminar of the Australian University College of Divinity's Theology Research Network this semester. I begin by acknowledging the Garigal clan of the Gai Marigal people upon whose ancestral lands I live. In the Eora language spoken by many Aboriginal people in and around what is modern Sydney, Warami, good to see you. I'm Doru Costache, Professor of Theology at the Australian University College of Divinity, AUCD, and the Academic Dean of Nisibis Assyrian Theological College. I'm the chair of TRN, Theology Research Network, which today continues its third thematic series at the intersection of art, spirituality, and theology. This series is organized in cooperation with the AUCD's Graduate Research School, represented by its coordinator, Professor Constantine Campbell, Professor of Biblical Studies and Research Director. Hi, Con. It's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Dahlia Khay Azeez, who was awarded degrees from universities in Baghdad, Leuven, and Rome. By the way, Dahlia just shared with me the fact that in Iraq, they don't use surnames. Therefore, Dahlia should be fine. Or if you like, Dottoressa, because she studied in Rome.
No, it's okay. You can call me just Dahlia. It's fine.
Since 2016, she lectures on the theology and modern history of the Church of the East, the Syriac Renaissance, and the Church Fathers at the Baghdad Center for Eastern Studies. In 2023-24, she taught patristics at Babel College in Erbil, Iraq, and Domuni Universitas. She published the collection of Warda, a contextual and Christological analysis in 2024. She's an artist, not only a theologian, and the topic today will have to do mainly with her artwork, which is heavily symbolic and profoundly theological, and we really look forward to listening to you, Dahlia. Thank you once again for joining us. But before we begin, I kindly ask all participants to switch off their microphones during the presentation. Those who do not wish their faces to appear in the recording of this session or in snapshots, please turn off your cameras too. Dahlia, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can I share the PowerPoint now?
Please.
Yes. So is it okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this invitation. I'm so happy to join you for the first time ever in my life that I'm talking about my artwork, not theology. So I'm so happy to say something about my work, and I have participated in some local galleries here in Baghdad, but to talk about this in a very more broad and international level, it makes me really happy. So I'm so happy to let you share with me some of my artwork and some, let me say, some difficulties when I found when doing artwork here. Well, let's share together. So we start with church windows, okay? Despite the oil paintings, I do designs for church windows, and I do not work with glass, but I do the design on computer and then send it to people that they should be experts in doing these windows on glass. But sometimes I really face many complications with this, and you shall see. Okay, so we start with the glass church windows, and then we go to the oil paintings. So most of the churches are here in Baghdad that I did the windows for them. Let's start with this one. This is Saint Mary. This belongs to the Assyrian church in Baghdad. It was a long time ago. I think it was 2011 or 12. They asked me to do a design for windows, 3 windows. One was designed by a Muslim colleague, but I don't have its design with me. And these 2 windows, one of them on the right, which is resurrection, It's, I mean, you can see in the middle a kind of angel that appears to the three women when Jesus was resurrected, okay? And then the other symbols are fish and then a cross and then both sides. And then down we have like a cross with the wheat and grapes. Repeating this in the other window, but with nativity. So we have nativity in the middle with Joseph, Mary, and Jesus with the big star. So I just make things very simple and symbolic. The problem is that this church, where they were like doing a new construction beside this building. So when they were doing new construction, they broke the windows. Yeah. So now these windows do not exist anymore. So they changed them with just normal windows. I was so upset, but it's okay. So they changed them and it was like this. Now the church is closed already. I was sad when I hear this, but I cannot do anything. So now everything has changed. Okay, so this is the story of one of the churches. But sorry, I still keep the designs with me. I mean the windows. So this the only thing that I have from this work. Okay. And now let's move to the other church. This is Saint George, the Greek Orthodox, also in Baghdad. As you know, Greek Orthodox churches, the walls are full of paintings and saints and full of writings. So if you have seen a Greek Orthodox churches, the whole walls are painted. Okay, so they asked me to do some windows for them, some designs. Sometimes priests or the one who's responsible for the church will ask me, I need you to design this and this and that for me. So I have to just do what they want, okay? But I feel happier when they tell me, okay, Dahlia, do what you think it's good. So I just so when they say to me, Dahlia, we want this and this, and then I say, okay, let me do what they want. For this church, I know that the walls are already painted. So I was thinking to do something very, very simple and I was thinking just to put colored windows, only colors, no design, no nothing, because the church was already like, there are many persons and figures there. But then they said, no, we need some symbols. And so I said, okay, so I have designed this. So the first one is like fish, and then wheat, and then doves, and then grapes. And then waiting for making these on Windows. So the design is very beautiful on computer. And then when it comes to reality, it's like this. Okay, still it is good. It is good. If I compare it with the other one, then we shall see. Okay, it was fine. And it gives different shades of colors of light when the sun comes in. But when you enter to the church immediately, you cannot see the windows. You have to just to go to the place and then see where are these windows, okay? But it was okay. I mean, the way they have put it like this, it was fine. Okay.
Dale, just a moment. Sorry. Can you please push that button at the bottom of the slides? One of the viewers asked this for this to go in the show mode, whatever. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
So you mean the full screen?
No, yeah, previous. So, what you see, there's this whatever. There's some. That's it. Some icons there. This is it. Thank you.
Is that okay? Okay. Now this is one of the doors of the church. Okay, they have two doors, and they asked me to do two different designs for the doors, and it was okay. So I have thought that maybe we will do like some kind of light that is coming inside the door, just like sun. But as you see, when they make it on windows, they didn't perfectly make the shades of this yellow. As you see, I mean, the yellow is like coming from darker and then white, but they didn't make it very perfectly on Windows. So you can see the white is very clear there. Besides this, we have the icon on the top of the door. As you see, it's an icon of Trinity. Here it is, look. I mean, the design is something, and then on Windows, it's like they stretch it a little bit. So I cannot do anything. As the problem is that I couldn't have contact with those who are doing the Windows. So it was so difficult for me to know what are they doing. So I was surprised afterwards. This is it. So and then we have the other door. So they wanted to like abstract, nothing in it. It's only a cross and some because also the door is somewhere that you cannot see it very clearly. So it was not that important, so to put something very significant on it. Okay, so this is one of my problems when realizing the windows that I have in my mind. So now, Saint George, this is a Chaldean church in Baghdad. Now, these are the 6 days of creation. Okay, 12 windows. And one of the churches in Erbil, they asked me to do the windows for them, 12 windows. And then I said, okay. I made these designs for them. So day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, and then day 4, the sun and the moon, and then day 5, and then day 6 with Adam and Eve. Okay. I sent them the designs. It seems they disagreed on them. I said, okay, yeah, it's no problem. But because they wanted a certain type of design with biblical figures, things like that. I said, okay. So I just pulled back my poor designs and I said, okay. But it's a very long story, but I will just make a shortcut of it. One of the priests saw these windows, the designs, and decided to give them to another church, to St. George Church, to this one. But the problem was they didn't ask me first to make changes on my designs that fits the windows of that church. So the surprise was windows designs of one of the churches went to another church that the size and the design of the windows are totally different. So what happened? The result will be, I mean, can you see, I mean, in the windows, as you see, there is a cross in the middle of the window. This is the iron. I mean, it's part of the window. So they ask me normally, do not move this part. So just do the design as this part exists. So they do not remove the whole window and make the change of the whole design. So that, and the black thing that you see in the middle also horizontally, this is also iron and part of the window. Okay, so I had to design the windows as it is in the church. So then the result is here. This is actually, they took the design and give it to St. George Church, not the original one. So as you see, the size of the window is taller, okay? And they didn't think that the cross actually in the middle of these windows, it was made for the other church, not for this one. So they kept as you see the yellow arrows, I mean, they kept all the iron designs that are part of the window, and they just stamp it as it is on the other window of St. George Church. I was really angry when I saw this. I said, at least you could ask me to change the design so I could make it 6, because they have only 6 windows in the dome of the church. Okay. So I told them, you took only 6 designs. So I have 12 windows for the 6 days. So they took only 6 designs. and put them there with, I mean, they didn't care about this cross in the middle. What was that? They didn't even ask me. I could change the designs in the way they wanted, but they just printed out without even telling me. I was surprised that a priest sent me the church windows, and they said, look, your designs are here. I said, yes, but are all wrong. So it went like this, and you see the dome here and on the left. And as you see, and sometimes they change things. As you see, the birds, we have two birds here on the right, you know, and then two fishes. Actually, on the left, they put two birds up and then two birds down. I don't know, and there are some fishes. So they repeated the design somehow that fits the tall, I mean the length of the window, because that one is longer. It's taller than the one that I have already designed. Okay. Beside this, I mean the colors are not exactly the colors of the design itself. Okay, but now it's there. I cannot say anything. Okay. Here also we have this one, but the sun, it is yellow on the design, and then they put it like this way. So no comment. And actually I have made, as you see, the white color, it's like a moon or the stars in white color. They didn't understand that I mean stars with this. So they just make changes as they want. I have no idea how did they do this. I mean, here also, on the right side, as you see the design, it's only this, the sun, sorry, the moon and the stars with blue color. And here they have added something, I don't know what is it, the sun and with some rays. Yeah, so they played with the design without even telling me, but it's okay. It's there. Someone would ask, who designed these windows? They would say Dahlia, and I don't know what would be their reaction. This is half of it is my design, but not all. Anyways, here also we have like they have added something more in the bottom of this window. As you see, I mean, the mountain here on the right side is just one mountain, and that's it. And there you have on the left side too many layers and with many different colors. I mean, the colors actually are in the design something, and on reality it's something else. So okay, so this is the story of St. George Church. So I was a little bit upset, but it went like this, because also we don't have that, let me say, instruments or manufacturers or people experts in really doing this type of work. We don't have too many options. Recently, I have heard that there is someone who do like just print the design on the windows. So as it is, same colors. So printing on windows, this might make it okay better, because you cannot make changes in the colors like this one. Okay. This one was for the Church of the Ascension, Chaldean Church in Baghdad. And the priest who asked me to do this, he's Father Fadi. And I was really enjoying working with him, because he knows what he wants. And he really wanted the liturgical year, and he chose the subjects, and he said, I want it like this, and this design, and this, and cross in the middle. So we were working together, and I liked working with him. So he was very educated, let me say, artistically, and very easy to work with. So this was the result, the liturgical year, Annunciation, starting from Annunciation until the dedication of the church, in the middle, the cross. Actually, this cross is very famous. You can find it on internet. So he liked it, and he said, let us put this one. And this is the result. So it was good. It was good. But as you see, this line in the middle, I don't know. Well, I mean, in the real design, I don't have it. So because it's a window, I think they had to make it like two halves. just to be sure that it will not broken. I don't know why they made it like this. And you can see the difference of the colors in the middle. That's just like a kind of light blue and then dark blue on the left. But it was okay. Let me say, comparing to others, this one is okay. It was made very good. I mean, the colors and the size and all of this. Okay, it was also opened by the Patriarch Luis Sacco on one of the days. So he came and it was inauguration. It was beautiful. Now the Sacred Heart, Chaldean Church, Baghdad. Here also we have like about 12 or 14 windows, and I think it was 2012, and they asked me to do windows for this church. And these are the most close windows for my heart. I mean, I love these designs a lot. I worked on them. Really, it took me a lot of time to do this. But I depend on the manuscripts, the miniatures and manuscripts, Syriac manuscripts. So there are some things, some symbols. I depend on manuscripts when I see some sketches or icons and manuscripts. So I just try to make somehow something equal, but in my style. So my style is just like shapes, no need to have many details. The story of this is they asked me to do the windows and then I designed them. But I don't know why, what happened that this project stopped. And till now, they didn't do these windows. So I didn't intervene in this. And hopefully for future, one of the churches will ask me to use these designs, because one of the priests, he saw them and said, I will take these windows for me one day. But when, I don't know. So these windows were designed but not worked on glass, actually. They were meant to Sacred Heart Church. Okay, we have like a temptation of Christ and then a transfiguration and entering in Jerusalem and so on, all the important events of Christ's life. Here we have this also. Since many years, so I thought that they will be really implemented and designed on glass. Since nobody did this, I decided to make these designs on using oil painting. Okay, so I did this one. So I've changed them. If they will not use them as with glass, I will make them as oil paintings. So I have designed this on canvas, and I started this. Some of them I did, and others are already sketched on the canvas, and I'm just waiting to have time to do the others. Okay, I hopefully will do that. This is a Christmas, okay, nativity. I made this on paper, on the design on paper, and just with normal colors. So I was just doing the design just as something initial. It's not final. So then afterwards, I use CorelDRAW to design the windows on a computer, then to send it to the one who has to work them. So this is still the initial step, but I changed them. I said, okay, let me just paint them on canvas, and that's it. So this is the result. And one of my friends in Australia has asked me already to send him 2 of these. So I have made this one and this one for him and send it to him in Australia. So he liked the design. So I published them on my Facebook. That's why he saw them and he said, I need a copy of that. And this one also. Okay. Now, this is for Saint Shmoni, the ancient church of the east of Baghdad. As you know, this woman is a saint considered in our church, and it was mentioned in Old Testament, and she has like we have a hymn that we chant, says that the names of her sons, they were 7. So this church, the priest actually asked me to make designs for their windows, okay? And here are the names of her sons: Gadday, Makwa, Tarsei, Hebron, Choson, Bacchus, and Yonadab. But these are not yet done. So the designs are already on computer. So you are the first one who saw this, okay? And on the left side, as you see, the cross with the something in the middle, I mean the line, and then the sun. This should be for the door. One of the doors of the church is like this. So they asked me also to design that for the doors. So these and the cross you see on the top of the window is taken from manuscripts, okay, Syriac manuscripts, and it's very famous crosses they do with Celtic. They call it Celtic node. Okay. So hopefully the design will really be just like this. Okay. And here it is other 2 windows on the back of the church. So these are 2 names, Shmoni and Eliazar. Eliazar was the teacher of the children of Shmoni. So we have Shmoni, and so it mirrors, I mean, the names mirrors each other. So we have Shmoni and Eliazar. It's a very difficult and complicated design, and I really wish if when they do it correctly as it is like this, hopefully. Okay. Now we finished the windows. Let's go to canvas. Now, I don't have problems here because it's my design and I do it. So no complications. Here we have this, and in the middle, as you see, the vertical line is Ethutha, the word Ethutha. And then from right to left, you read Awyutha, which is equality. And then from left to right, you read Achutha, brotherhood. And Achutha, I reverse it. So you can Achutha read it from left to right, actually. And then you have this symbol of Ya'alaha on top of this. And then my aim with this was to say that we suffer in the name of God. So here in Iraq, and we need really equality and brotherhood to live together. So, and the original one of this painting, it is in our Center for Eastern Studies in Baghdad. So in the classroom, the dean has put it in the classroom of the center, so it's still there. Okay, I like these designs with the words, and usually I use the Strangeli font because it's very easy to do creative designs with it. Strangeli more than the normal just font. Okay. Here we have Trinity. It's very weird Trinity, I know. So in the middle, the first circle, you can read 3, Tlatha, but you have to stay. I mean, some people has to stay a long time to look at this painting to understand where is the Tlatha, okay? And then Qnome, in the middle, Khda, Ethutha, 1 essence, 3 Qnome, 1 essence. It's just an abstract, I mean, just to play with words, let me say, in the design. So nothing specific except, I mean, the theological meaning of it, okay? And then we have this one, it's about Christ, which is words that mirror each other. Trenkian in Khaparsopa is 2 natures, 1 person. And as you see, there are 3 circles. Let me say that what we see about Christ is the ground circle, which is, let me say, his humanity, but his divinity, which is the up circle, and above, which is yellow. It's something little bit hidden because we don't know everything about the humanity, the divinity of Christ, And the middle one, it is what he showed us. So it is what he showed us about his divinity, what we know. But still, there is something that we don't know totally. I mean, nobody knows the full truth. I mean, this is something that all the churches agree on it. So I can teach sometimes this on my Christological courses. So this is what I mean by these three circles. Everything is sometimes hidden and not hidden, some things that we know, something we don't know. So this is a human and divine nature of Christ. I still have these paintings here at home, so nobody asks about them, okay? So I just made this for myself. And then this one, we have resurrection again. And we have three words also mirror each other. Resurrection, life, renewal. قيامة خي خدافة. قيامة is in the middle, okay? And then خي comes from the right angle on top, خي, and then خدافة on the bottom. These three words actually here are said by clerics and people to each other at church when the liturgy of the resurrection vigil finishes before starting in the mass, and each one would hold a candle while saying these words. They should be said as follows: resurrection, life, and renewal. And I think قيامة خي خداثة عليك, for you or on you. So we say it during resurrection. I took these three words and paint them on this. And here we have the photos when we say these three words. So it's this moment, actually, when people, they finish the vigil and then take the candles, and then the clerics put their hands on their head and they say قيامة وخي قداثة عليك, life and resurrection and life and renewal for you. When I take something from liturgy to paint it, it really takes me a long time to think of it. Think of it like how important it is to do this as a painting, and what is the symbol of it, and why should I do this, and what is the explanation of it. So it's really make me study a lot before deciding to do this type of paintings. Okay, and then I have this one. It looked like someone who's standing on his legs, a person looking at a woman on her knees. Okay. And these words are, arise, shine, for your light come. It's from Ishaya. قم أنهر دمطع نهرك. And we have this hymn we chanted during resurrection, okay, vigil, when we say, عيتام هيمنتا قم أنهر دمطع نهرك مر إشعيا نويا. So this is what we sing. So it came to my mind to take these words and present them as if it is Jesus Christ telling this to Mary, and Mary representing church. Okay, here this is Christ represent and the light, of course it's Christ, who's the light. Okay, and here is Mary. It's like a woman doing like this on her knee, but it is at the same time the word Rabbuli. So she's listening to Christ kneeling in front of him, and he is asking her to rise. So it is like biblical, and with the hymn, future thinking, and everything is mixed in this painting. So she represents the church, looking at Christ, and representing also Mary, as we say in Syriac tradition, when in some icons, when we see that Christ appeared to Mary, his mother. So in some traditions we have this. Okay. Annunciation, we have this. This took me really time to think of it, because I was reading the book of Khudra, the book of our prayers. Okay, our for Annunciation. So I saw this line that really posed me when I read it. It says دنصر صلمة ناشب دبت هدامك. So when they say, will make the image of man on the tablet on your limbs. So Dappa here, I mean, the womb of Mary represent that Dappa. Dappa, it's the place where we put the chalic and the body and blood of Christ during the Mass on altar, and then the priest can do the Mass and do consecration of the body and blood of Christ. So that Dappa, if it is not there, we cannot continue the Mass. We cannot start doing the Mass, okay? And this line, when it says that we make the image of man of on the Dappa of Hadamic, which is the womb of Mary, is that Dappa that the body and blood of Christ put there. So that was really beautiful image to see Mary as that Dappa on altar when the body and blood of Christ put there to do the Mass. I loved this verse. So I thought to do a painting of it, and it's like the angel here, the angel, telling this to Mary. And this is a famous midrasha, lyric hymn al-Khudra. Okay, this is the page and the volume 1. Okay. This phrase speaks of the power of the Lord, overshadow the Virgin, and will make in her altar, slab, or the tablet, the image of man. So the womb of Mary here represents the altar, the wooden tablet on which the East Syria consecrate the mysteries. And here we have Mary, again, the woman who is on her knees, but with the word Thulta, the Virgin. So the Virgin here is, she's on her knees, listening to the angel that says this phrase to her. And you see the blue line crossing her womb, which is the word of that angel, and the word Salma, Salma, it's the image. So the image is the from Mim, it comes the line until the womb that crosses the womb of Mary. So that's the word Salma is in the womb of Mary. Okay. Okay, if you are ready, we can see some other paintings. So these are the paintings that I love a lot because they are words, liturgy, theology, art, everything is mixed together. And this one actually, I have it at home. When people see it, when visitors come to my house and see them, they just look at it. They say, "Oh, beautiful!" And then I start explaining, and it took me like half an hour to explain all these details. And then they say, "Oh, this is very complicated, and this is a lesson that you have to." I said, "Yes, of course. This is what I mean. That you have to stand like there for 10 minutes to think about this painting." But I love them because when I read things from our prayer books, I always choose some very specific verses and lines that they really make me think about an artistic idea, either for windows or for oil paintings and etc. Okay, so these are my favorite style actually. Okay, other paintings, this is very, very light. No complications. They are just something that I do when I have like no stress, just happy to do them. So these I like kind of, I just play with colors, you know. So this, well, the one on the right, I love it so much. And the original one now is in Italy. I gave it as a gift for one of my professors. And it says that one of my dreams. So these are the stars everywhere. These are the dreams, and one of my dreams, I was able to take it. Okay, and the one on the left side is someone who's climbing the mountain, and it's me while I was doing my PhD. So I arrived to the end of my PhD, and I felt like I was really climbing the mountain, and there is blood coming out from my hands because I was so tired. I did a presentation of this in Italy, okay, and professors were very happy with this, and they said, "Yes, we hope that you finish very early." So thank you. These are a very short explanation about the the paintings. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dahlia. This is so inspiring. You walked us through the pain of designing windows for churches with the very strange management of of your artwork when it comes to the real life
Exactly, yeah.
uh, yeah, church, whatever organization, and so on. I do feel for for you, and I can understand the
I'm getting
frustration.
used to it, so for me, it's fine.
It's yeah, unbelievable. But there you have it. When people don't understand the meaning of art and the value of respecting the will and the vision of the artist, yeah, it
And the
can get
degree of the
problematic.
color, because sometimes when I put a certain degree of a color somewhere, I mean it, why it is like this. So when I see it in the real life, it is something else. Really, it makes me disappointing because this is not my idea or my aim.
Of course, and from that you walked us through your amazing designs. I really believe that those words transformed into image, are such a powerful incarnational message. It's like the word made flesh for the.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
This is the first stage. Before the word is made flesh, the word is made image.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wonderful. But I wouldn't want to hijack the whole session or the rest of the session. Could you please unshare your screen so that we can
Yes.
see each other? And Con, may I ask you to take over, please, with the Q&A?
Sure, thanks, Doru. Thank you so much, Dahlia, for sharing your work with us. I was really
Thank you.
inspired by the creativity and beauty of what you've created. I also was really interested in your use of the Syriac liturgy, and it reminded me, Doru, of a session we had earlier this year about the Estonian composer Arvo Pärt, whose incredible compositions were really inspired by liturgy and really sort of going over lines of liturgy and allowing and sort of putting music, as really the fundamental inspiration for his incredible work. And so it just reminded me of that connection, how powerful that can be. But yeah, other people must have observations or questions. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Professor.
Thank you very much, Dahlia. That was
Thank
truly
you.
fascinating to see what you've been doing. I just had a general question about your influences. I can see how you're very taken with the iconography of the church in manuscripts, but your style is modern. And I wondered where that came from. Were you in? Some of them looked quite as though you had been looking at Matisse, who did that beautiful chapel in Vence with the stained glass. Do you know that?
I don't know.
It was shown in Sydney a few
Oh,
years
okay.
ago. Well, a lovely coincidence then. But also
No,
there's
actually, just
Chagall. Yeah.
yes, I don't know about that, but it's just I look at manuscripts here that I have some books and collections, and then I try to make them very, very simple. So I don't know if there's someone else in the world that has the same style. I'm happy to hear
You
this.
must have looked at modern art to be able to do it like that.
Yes, actually, I
Yeah.
didn't study. Actually, I didn't study art academically. But I just like to look at many windows designs and art of many other artists, very
Yeah.
good ones, and I really enjoy any type of art when I see the colors and the designs. maybe this helped me and inspires me to do better or to do other ideas. But this one that you're talking about, I don't know, maybe it comes
You have
one
heard
day.
of Henri Matisse, the great French
No.
artist, Henri
No.
Matisse?
No.
Matisse. He is very, probably after Picasso, the most
okay.
famous French artist of the 20th
Okay.
century. So,
Okay.
but he revolutionized liturgical artwork in his design for a chapel at Vence in southern France. It's worth looking at because your designs have definite relationship.
Maybe yes, maybe yes. But here in my church, we don't have actually this type of art. So doing this here, it's challenging for me.
Yes,
So
I can
something
imagine.
new, let me say, in my
Yes.
church, I mean, to encourage them to use some designs on windows and this kind of work. So I try, that's why I go more for the Syriac words with biblical and liturgical meaning.
Yes,
Because
that's
since
very
we
beautiful.
don't have this like kind of artistic line, let me say, with figures and this. So I either making a figure very, very simple and symbolic way, or go to the other side, which is words, Syriac words, liturgy, and there's some meaning inside
More
it.
abstract. Yes.
That's why, yeah, the abstract, yeah.
Yes. And if I'm not hogging all the questions, could I just ask you about your use of color and how the colors are symbolic for you?
If I am looking at an icon in a manuscript, then I will just be faithful to that manuscripts. I mean, the colors of the clothes of Christ and Mary, and because each one has its own symbol. But if I'm doing that, my own painting, so I just mix all the colors and put them, and I don't care. But if it is an icon and there is something that really symbolic, then I really go with it. So if I'm painting like words that represent Christ, I would prefer to make them blue. If it is Mary, then let me say, okay, some red with it, just to be sure that liturgical symbolic colors are also there somehow, okay? We don't have in my church this level of education about icons and the meaning of the colors. So it's me have to do from scratch and search for the meanings, liturgically speaking. What does this mean? And then put them in my paintings when I mean liturgical paintings, or on glass. When I use glass, also, if there's something symbolic about Christ, Mary, I just go with the general, let me say, information about the colors and icon and how colors are used in icons and things like that. So
thank you, Dahlia. You have a
Thank
beautiful poetic vision, which I'm
Thank you.
sure will get richer as you grow older.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Before we go to Stefano, I just thought I'd add that there's a good little documentary on Matisse on YouTube that features the chapel that you spoke of in Van.
Okay. I
So
think
it's worth
Professor
having.
Father Doru might send me a link or something on my email afterwards, if you don't mind. Then I'm interested to see.
Stefano.
All right. Thanks so much, Dahlia. Wonderful work and beautiful presentation.
Oh, if
So
it
thanks
is
a lot
from
for
an
that.
Italian, then I am overwhelmed. Thank you.
Yeah, bellissimo, as we say.
Thank you. Grazie mille.
So I would say that I have 3 questions, but probably they're small and interconnected, so I will just kind of straight present them to you. So one is curiosity. Do you begin from a theological concept, or just you're driven by the imagery, and then you're kind of move from the colors and imagery to the theological concept? That's I mean, I'm curious about the way you work. And the other thing that has to do with that is when you work on a religious theme in your arts, how do you navigate this sort of a balance between your own personal spiritual experience and actually what the collective sacred tradition is? You know, And if doing, that might be the third part of, and if doing your work of arts, you are in a way thinking that your work of arts becomes part of the sort of a liturgy, in the sense that in a way arts could be a form of a prayer, a form of a liturgy, a form of a theology. So I'm just thinking about your own vision about the work you do, how you do it, and how you think is the very purpose or outcome of the things you do. What do you create? Do you create a painting, or you create a theological vision or an act of prayer, for example? I hope I've been clear. Thanks so much.
Okay, I hope also that I'll be able to answer your question. Okay. When I start thinking about, when I read books about, because I prepare courses for my students about Christology of the Church of the East and the history of the Church of the East. So I have to go through from the theology to dogma to some liturgical prayers that I have to read. So it started the idea in my mind that, okay, this part in theology is very important. Like, for example, that we saw the two natures in one person. This is very famous, doctrinal phrase. And so I then start, okay, this is the starting point, the idea. Okay, this phrase, I need to do something about it. And then I start, when I take the pen in my hand, and then on paper, I just do some designs, many different designs, until I get the one that I said, okay, this is the one. And then I do the sketch on the canvas, and then, so this means that theology comes first in my mind. And then I do the design, and then I look at it, and then start to decide what color fits here and which color it's better to fit here. What does, if I'm speaking about Christ, which color I should use? If it refers to theology or divine things, what should I do? So first, let me say there is a verse or a phrase, theological phrase that struck me or really bring, I get like, okay, I mark that phrase. I said, this is mine. And then I work on it, okay? I would dare to say humbly, this is the first time maybe someone who's doing this. I mean, in my church, I don't know. If you know someone, please let me know. That's taking a phrase from liturgy, painting it to refer to a biblical figure. So everything is mixed. I want to bring the arts to another level in my church and my community. So because we don't have it rich like in Italy and other countries. So there you can find like unlimited ideas. And so to start from scratch here, to do something really different and unique, it really needs a lot of courage, because I need to, I'm happy what I do, but I need to convince others what I'm doing is okay. I mean, it is just art, and I'm trying to, it's art is actually another way to tell people about your faith. So no, it's not only in prayers and chanting and going to church. So it's a kind of, okay, if someone who has no idea about church maybe would look at this painting and say, well, what it is, and then should read the explanation and then discover, oh, there is something in the church. I mean, there are many, many beautiful hymns and phrases in our liturgy that are really attractive, but we just, not too many people know about them. Okay, we just say, okay, our liturgy is beautiful. We have poets, Saint Ephrem, Saint Narcissus, and yes, but what did they say? Why they are beautiful? Okay. So it starts from here, and it's really big work. If I really start to do like a kind of project to paint all the kind of liturgical, let me say, phrases, and it will be something endless, because we have many. You can take many phrases and paint them like this. So my aim is that to make it's a kind of the identity of my church more clear and available for others. It's a kind of telling who I am in different way through art. So maybe it does not arrive to the level of other artists in the world, but I start with simple things, just like some phrases or some things that we use in liturgy, and then present it to the world, to the other persons who either they are interested in art or liturgy or theology. They can find everything in one painting or Bible, I don't know. So I'm just trying. So it's something new that I'm doing. New, not new. I mean, I didn't find someone else doing this. And I will be very happy if there is someone, because it's really a new way to introduce our church to others, not only through just normal, let me say, biblical figures that we see, Moses with the 10 Commandments, and just normal way of seeing these paintings, and so it's something new. It's like a phrase. It's like bringing liturgy in the art for people. So did I answer your question?
Absolutely. Thanks so much. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
thank you. Thank you. Okay.
We are just about out of time, but I do see Sandra has her hand up. So if there's a quick question, Sandra, last question. Are you there, Sandra? Okay, looks like we may not have. If you are speaking, we can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Sorry about that. No, I was just going to say it was just wonderful, the thought process that you put in there to create a balance between incorporating different language and also religion and culture, and combine it and then present it in such a modern way. My mom's just sitting here as well. We are actually from born in Karachi. So when we see windows like that, even when you go to Karachi in churches like that, they show what you're doing is a reflection of what they show as well. So it's really lovely to see how to incorporate faith and present it in a modern way, and then also stay with tradition, and also give consideration to the culture and the people that you're presenting to. So I think it's wonderful. Even my mum thinks it's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for that, Sandra. All right. I'll hand back to you, Doru, to finish up if you like.
Thank you very much, Con, and all of you who participated and made comments, asked questions. I'd want to share with you just one thought, especially looking at those images of words. So let's call them incarnate words.
Exactly, yeah, incarnated words on
I
canvas.
think that there's something so powerful about this, Dahlia, really, and especially in our day and age of I don't know, rushness. Everyone is in a hurry. We don't have time to take a break from things, or we stopped even knowing that we can take a break from thinking. From things, and just spend a few moments looking at something, trying to make sense, admiring beauty, but also trying to make sense of things. And from the viewpoint of the impact or the challenge that your artwork presents, a challenge for the contemplative mind to wake up. I think this is not only a service that you are doing to your own church, bringing it to a whole new level of, let's say, imaginal message, but it's also something that all of us, especially people who whatever have a career and do a lot of work and have all sorts of responsibilities, there's something very important for us, because now, for example, if I want to understand your work, I'll have to learn Syriac, and
Qudra and all the
yeah,
liturgical
there you have
prayers.
it. But I'll just be happy to be able to read those
Exactly.
symbols in your
Yeah.
artwork, and then to get into the whole universe of spirituality, theology that you are presenting. Thank you so much. This is so
Thank you.
enriching. Wonderful indeed. Dahlia,
Thank
you
you
have
so much.
our
I'm so honored to meet all of
question.
you and talk. I'm so happy today, so happy to talk about my artwork with you. So it's the first time that I'm doing this, so I'm really on on the clouds now.
And we are very grateful to you for your work, for your heart, for the time you spent with us. Thank you also to all participants all through this year. God willing, we will continue depending on the support we receive from the audience. And as it's due, at least in my part of the world, in the Eora language, once again, Didgerigura Yana Janawi. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for walking together. Farewell, everybody. And thank you once
so
again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.